Alrighty, how's everybody doing today? Game Enthusiast here. We're doing a flight from Laguardia, New York to Halifax, Nova Scotia. Flight duration roughly 1 hour 20 minutes. We're going to get the FMS programmed, plane fired up, and passengers are boarding already, so shouldn't take too long. We'll be good to go.
Ground altimeter for Delta 1828, please. Thank you.
Delta 1828, you're welcome.
Delta Tree, 50. Engine start is approved at gate 4. Advise when ready to taxi.
Laguardia ground, RV245 Delta Charlie. I'm going to be heading up to KHPN. Was wondering if I could get a flight following. Clear out of the New York Bravo airspace to Westchester County. VFR at or below 1500. Departure on 120.4. Squawk 6773. 5 Delta Charlie.
RV5 Delta Charlie, read back correct.
Mash and Papa. 2336 Zulu. Wind 070 at 5. Visibility 2. Sky conditions, scattered at 600 feet. Broken cumulonimbus at 3100 feet.
They're a little close there.
Solid overcast at 4200 feet. Temperature 22. Dew point 19er. Altimeter 2983. Density altitude 900 feet. Arriving runway 4. Departing runways 4, 13. Caution unknown drone activity in the area. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Papa. LaGuardia Airport, information Papa.
Delta 999, push and start approved, tail south.
Push and start approved, tail south, Delta 999. LaGuardia ground, Delta 999, holding short, runway 13, ready for departure.
Delta 999, contact tower on 118.7 for departure clearance.
Short runway 4, ready for departure.
Bonanza 1 Alpha Whiskey, contact tower on 118.7 for departure clearance.
Laguardia ground, United 1905, request permission, push back and start.
United 1905, LaGuardia ground, pushback and start approved. Information Juliet is current.
LaGuardia ground, Delta 2339, gate 88 Bravo, request push and start.
Delta 2339, push and start approved, tail south.
Push and start approved, tail south, Delta 2339. LaGuardia ground, Delta 1014, gate 89 Bravo, request push in start.
Delta 1014, push and start approved, tail northwest.
Tail northwest, Delta 1014.
Ground, Spirit Wings 10903, taxi to the gate.
Spirit Wings 10903, taxi to parking via Echo, cross runway 4, then Bravo, Bravo.
LaGuardia ground, good afternoon. Delta 1828, ready for push and start.
Delta 1828, LaGuardia ground, push and start approved, tail southwest.
Southwest, Delta 1828. Okay, runway 31 with progressive Delta 1828. LaGuardia ground, American 1000 is ready for push and start. LaGuardia ground, American 1000 is down.
LaGuardia ground, southwest 4289, IFR to Orlando. I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute. Southwest 4289. Clear to Orlando, radar vectors white, and is filed. Climb maintain 4000. Next flight level 3201 minutes after departure. Departure on 120.8, squawk 4642. Southwest 4289, read back correct.
Ground, we are done with the passenger boarding. You can pull the ramp back now.
Aeroflot 2235, ready to taxi.
Aeroflot 2235, push and start approved, tail southwest.
Aeroflot 2235, ready to taxi.
Air Canada 168 information, Papa requesting IFR clearance to Halifax via runway 13.
Air Canada 168, cleared to Halifax. Radar vectors merit. Then as filed, climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 120.8, squawk 1254. Expect runway 13.
132, holding short to runway 31, ready for departure.
JetBlue 1132, contact tower on 118.7.
Air Canada 168, read back correct.
Taxi above 59 via Romeo Bravo, Oscar, November, Echo 9er, American, 605.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard Air Canada Flight 168 heading to Halifax. We kindly ask you to take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to contact our friendly crew. Thank you for choosing Air Canada, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
Air Canada 168 requesting pushback and engine start.
Air Canada 168, pushback and engine start approved. Tail southwest.
Air Canada 168 pushback and engine start approved. Face southwest.
Southwest 1421. ATIS information. Ground Southwest 1421. IFR to Chicago Midway. 1 second while I grab the paperwork. Southwest 14. American 2450.
Laguardia ground, this is United 1549, we're requesting taxi.
United 1549, pushback and engine start approved. Contact ramp on 119.9er for tug assistance.
We're ready for taxi.
Cabin crew, all
Not
doors
ready
in
for
flight
pushback.
and
One
cross-check.
taxi.
Welcome aboard Air Canada Flight 168, heading to
Taxi runway
Halifax.
13 via
On behalf of Air
5,
Canada, we are
3
delighted to
Alpha
have you with us
Golf,
today.
cross runway
Our
22,
captain for this
then
flight is Christopher W., and our first officer is Amanda. Joining me in the cabin are my fellow crew members, Jake, Emily, Sarah, and Tom. We expect our flight time to be approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes. Now, let's go over some important safety information. Please ensure your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the compartment above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen, place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, please leave your luggage behind. There are 8 emergency exits on this Boeing 777-300ER, located at the front, middle, and rear of the cabin. Please take a moment to locate the nearest exit, which may be behind you.
Delta 1828,
In case of an
Laguardia ground,
emergency
push and
landing
start
over
approved.
water,
Tail south.
your life vest is located under your seat. To use it, pull it out,
Delta
place it over your
1828,
head,
contact
and pull
tower
the straps
on
to tighten.
118.7.
Inflate it by pulling the red tabs once you are outside the aircraft. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight. Captain, the cabin is ready for departure.
Canada 168 requesting taxi instructions to runway 13.
Air Canada 168, taxi to runway 13 via Alpha, Kilo Bravo Papa, cross runway 22 at your discretion.
Laguardia ground, Delta 1828, we're ready for push and start.
Air Canada 168, proceed to runway 13 via Alpha, Kilo Bravo Papa, cross runway 22 at own discretion.
Yep.
Delta 975, ready to taxi.
Delta 975, taxi to runway 13 via 15 Alpha, Lima Bravo Papa.
Ready to taxi.
United 8181. Taxi to runway 13 via Sierra India X-ray, Oscar November Echo Bravo Romeo Golf, cross runway 4, then cross runway 13, then Papa.
American 2839er. Good afternoon. I would like to push and start.
American 283 near LaGuardia ground start altimeter check with current altimeter setting 3027.
Requesting push and start.
American 283 Ninger. Start with current altimeter 3027.
Laguardia ground, Delta 308, ready for push and start. Delta 308, LaGuardia ground, push and start approved, tail southwest. Push and start approved, tail southwest. Delta 308. Ground, this is 2420 Oscar, requesting engine start up approval. Zulu Oscar, engine start approved.
Ground, American 2513, taxi departing.
American 2513, taxi departing via Papa, cross runway 4, then Bravo, Hotel, Alpha, Sierra India, X-ray.
402, ready for pushback.
Delta 402, pushback approved.
Start approved, Delta 402.
Ready for pushback. Delta 2806, pushback approved. Start approved. Delta 2806.
Delta 1014 ready for push and start. Push and start fluid field northwest, Delta 1014.
Delta 1014, push and start approved, tail northwest.
LaGuardia ground, Delta 308 is ready for push and start, stand 5, correction 85 Alpha.
Delta 402, give way to the company C series on your right.
Ready to taxi.
Delta 2806, taxi to runway 13 via 9er Lima Bravo Papa.
Unable to assist with that request.
American 2839er requesting to cross runway 22.
LaGuardia ground Delta 1683, ready for taxi. Runway 13 via November Bravo Papa Delta 1683.
Air Canada 168 holding short, runway 13.
Laguardia ground is Aeromexico Flight 300, request taxi to active runway. Aeromexico 300, Laguardia ground, request takeoff clearance.
Aeromexico 300, I wasn't able to find an IFR flight plan for you. Sim brief responded. Error, unknown, user ID.
Air Canada 168 holding short, runway 13.
Air Canada 168, contact tower on 118.7 for departure clearance.
Air Canada 168, contacting tower. Air Canada 168, holding short, runway 13.
Air Canada 168, LaGuardia Tower, runway 13, wind 090 at 6. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Air Canada 168, cleared for takeoff, runway 13.
Air Canada 168, runway 13, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff. I need you to read back the runway number and heading. Delta 2068, wind 090 at 6, runway 04, cleared to land. Delta 2806, hold short of runway 4.
Hold short of 4, Delta 2806.
United 1006, wind 090 at 6, runway 04, cleared to land. Air Canada 168, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff, runway 13. Spirit Wings 2972, welcome to LaGuardia. Contact ground on 121.7. United 571, wind 090 at 6, runway 04, cleared to land.
Traffic.
Air Canada 168, contact departure.
Air Canada 168, contacting departure. Departure, Air Canada 168, climbing to 400, climbing through 300.
Air Canada 168, New York departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 350, turn left heading 040, vectors to Merritt. Then on navigation. JetBlue 348, proceed direct TLEX. Cleared for the ILS runway 13 left approach.
Air Canada 168, flying at 050.
Down to 2100, cleared for the ILS runway 13 left approach, JetBlue 348.
Spirit Wings 2972, contact LaGuardia Tower on 118.7. Alaska 41, contact New York Center on 133.15. Air Canada 168, negative, continue heading 050, climb and maintain flight level 350. AR Canada 168, negative, continue head.
Air Canada 168, climbing to 350.
Ice Air 614, contact Boston Center on 134.3.
Over to Boston Center on 134.3 to Ice Air 614.
Departure Southwest 1421, requesting flight level 220.
Southwest 1421, contact Kennedy approach on 128.125.
Right heading 240, United 219.
For 4,000. Delta 1, radar contact, climb and maintain 11, 11,000.
Climb 11, 11,000, Delta 1.
Land 533, climb and maintain flight level 240.
Climbing to flight level 240, land 533.
97, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climbing to flight level 220, JetBlue 97.
I'll handle the read back to ATC.
JetBlue 841, radar contact, climb and maintain 11, 11,000.
Climb 11, 11,000, JetBlue 841.
JetBlue 841, contact New York departure on 125.7.
So as you can see, the say intentions isn't perfect, but it does do a good job of teaching you how to
Contact Boston Center on
kind of figure out
126.275.
how to communicate with air traffic. Still learning it, but it's helpful to if you're trying to get the facts.
New York departure, JetBlue 841 at 1,000.
JetBlue 841, radar contact. American 3277, contact New York Center on 133.15.
Over to New York Center on 133.15 East, American 3277.
JetBlue 841, contact Boston Center on 126.275.
Over to Boston Center on 126.275, JetBlue 841.
Dear guests, we have just climbed above the safe altitude, and I'm pleased to inform you that the use of electronic devices
New York departure,
is
Air
now
Canada
allowed.
168, Air
Feel
Canada
free to connect to our
168, climbing to flight level 350,
Thank
on
you
heading
for your attention
050.
and enjoy the flight.
Delta 1, radar contact.
Departure Swiss 15-2000 for 4,000.
15, radar contact, climb and maintain 12, 12,000.
Climb 12, 12,000, Swiss 15.
Delta 1740, contact New York Center on 133.15.
Over to New York Center on 133.15 East, Delta 1740.
Delta Juliet 58 miles west of Flight Center, request skyline around Scotia. 168 Delta Juliet, New York approach, squawk 6254 and ident. Cleared into the New York class Bravo airspace for the skyline route. Flight 4 and ident, and cleared class Bravo for the skyline route. Delta Juliet. That's well, Dutch Bridge 60 and ready to take off at the water tower.
Contact Boston Center on 126.275.
Over to Boston Center on 126.275, land 533.
Flight Plane Tower 60 Juliet Mike, west downwind for runway 29er, left touch and go.
60 Juliet Mike, New York approach, roger.
New York approach, good morning. Piper 60 Juliet Mike, 2,100. Looking for IFR clearance to Montauk Park. As filed.
60 Juliet Mike, New York approach I. Wasn't able to find an IFR flight plan for you. Sim brief responded error. No flight plan on file for the specified user.
New York approach, Avalo 425, 13,000.
Avalo 425, radar contact.
Aviation
435, verify you're squawking 6772, mode C.
Departure King Air 435, you copy the OT 6772.
King Air 435, contact New York departure on 125.7.
Over to 125.7 for King Air 435. Good day.
Air Canada 168, contact Boston Center on 125.575.
Switching to Boston Center on 125.575. Air Canada 168.
I also find sometimes it's helpful to just let the co-pilot do the talking, especially because I'm trying to eat my supper.
Boston Center, Air Canada 168 evening, climbing through flight level 240 for flight level 350.
Air Canada 168, Boston Center, good evening.
American 1 descending to 4,000 feet.
American 595, Boston Center,
Correction, descending to 6,000 feet. American 595.
595, descend and maintain 6,000.
Contact New York approach on 124.075.
220.
Boston Center, Spirit Wings 1005, flight level 310. Spirit Wings 1005, radar contact.
Approach for descending to 1,200 feet to the Mike Alpha. Enter 7 Mike Alpha, descend approved. Maintain 1200. Maintain 1200 to the Mike Alpha. Enter 7 Mike Alpha, contact New York approach on 125.7.
Boston Center, JetBlue 462, flight level 340.
JetBlue 462, radar contact. Southwest 5479, descend and maintain flight level 180.
Descend to flight level 180, Southwest 5479.
5479, descend and maintain flight level 180.
Descend maintain flight level 180, Southwest 5479.
Starship 514 Romeo Sierra. Expect descent instructions in approximately 3-9 minutes.
8901, flight level 340.
Air Transat 8901, radar contact.
Traffic at your 10 o'clock, 6 miles, at 6,500 feet, type unknown. Piper 73 Yankee, say again. Second inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached cruising altitude and we will now begin our snack and drink service. Today we have some delightful options available, including our famous Montreal smoked meat sandwiches and some tasty Pringles, eh? So feel free to treat yourselves. After the service, we will also have articles from the Air Canada shop available for purchase. Just a reminder, we only accept cards on board, so please keep that in mind. Thank you and enjoy the flight.
Delta 1513, 17,000. Delta 1513, radar contact.
Boston Center, Spirit Wings, 1231, flight level 180.
Spirit Wings, 1231, radar contact.
Traffic at your 3 o'clock, 1 mile, same altitude, type unknown.
Topic one inside, we'll lift in the wind on inside. Delta 9.
Delta 1990, roger, maintain current heading and altitude.
Maintain current heading and altitude, Delta 1990. requesting to descend to flight level 12,000. Sorry.
Delta 1990, descend and maintain 12,000.
Descending for 1,000, Delta 19. Oh, nice, yeah, send the link. I like to watch those people. Send me the link.
JetBlue 561, 17,000. JetBlue 561, radar contact. Southwest 2437, contact Boston approach on 118.25. Over to Boston approach on 118.25, use Southwest 2437.
Hey, Captain Christopher, First Officer Amanda, would you like anything to drink or a small snack? The cabin is in a good mood, and the snack service is going well.
Speedbird 183, radar contact.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be starting our snack and drink service shortly. We have some delicious Montreal smoked meat sandwiches and Pringles available for you, eh? Just a reminder, we only accept cards on board, so please keep that in mind. Thank you.
I will remain with you as approximate Alpha Tango.
Yes, only if they're free.
Alpha Tango Boston Center. Transition through the Danbury Delta is approved. Remain this.
Sure thing, Captain. I'll check on that and bring them over shortly.
Danbury Delta is approved. Approximate Alpha Tango.
Good.
Boston Center, Air 972 with you at 3,000.
Thank you, Captain. I'll continue with the service and check on the passengers.
Speedbird 183, contact Boston Center on 132.9er. Switching to Boston Center on 132.9er. East Speedbird 183. Boston Center, Speedbird 183, flight level 400. Speedbird 183, radar contact. United 2023, Boston Center, roger. United 2023, contact Boston Center on 124.85.
signal American 1686. American 1686, contact Boston Center on 118.425. Jazz 8637 Boston Center, climb and maintain flight level 240.
Air Canada 168, contact Boston Center on 127.975.
Contacting Boston Center on 127.975. Air Canada 168. Boston Center, Air Canada 168, evening, maintaining flight level 350.
Center, launch 401 heavy, with descent to 12,000 feet. National 401 heavy, descend and maintain flight level 240. Then I'm maintain flight level 240, launch 401 heavy. National Center, launch 401 heavy, request descent to 12,000 feet. Flight level 320.
Delta 5689, Boston Center, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain
maintain flight level 210, Delta 689.
Delta 689, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Flight level 290, Delta 689.
You want us to contact Hyannis Tower?
Skyhawk 2 Mike Romeo, contact Cape Cod Gateway Tower on 119.5.
Etihad 5 Sierra Juliet Super, contact Boston Center on 134.905.
Clearance to Kilo Golf Foxtrot November 747 Kilo Tango as filed.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Center, American 2450, passing flight level 220-4280.
American 2450, Boston Center, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Okay, flight level 320, American 2450.
Air Canada 168, Boston Center, expect a Peggy 5 arrival, plan for descent in maybe 20 minutes. Just say the word if you'd like to start down earlier, proceed direct at GAR.
Expect the Peggy 5 arrival, proceeding direct at GAR. Air Canada 168.
It's forward there, Foxtrot.
Speedbird 40 Foxtrot, contact Boston Center on 128.05. Boston Center, Southwest 538 is with you at flight level 205. Southwest 538, Boston Center, climb and maintain flight level 380.
Mountain 8310, 8000 level.
Mountain 8310, good evening.
Boston Center, Skyhawk 1660, Fox located at 5,000 feet, 11.5 miles south of Fort Smith 172 Sierra Papa.
Skyhawk 172 Sierra Papa, Boston Center, good evening. Altimeter 2983.
Gateway Tower on 119.5, Skyhawk 262, Mike Romeo, and thank you for your services.
Boston Center, good evening. American 2408, descending on the Scoops 3.
Climbing and maintaining 10,000, Zulu Sierra.
Zulu Sierra, roger.
Center, American 2450, passing flight level 190 for 280. Climb and maintain flight level 320, American 2450.
United 51 uniform, outside level 350.
United 251 uniform, Boston Center, good evening.
Boston Center, United 274, request flight level 290.
confirm your call sign and intentions.
Flight level 370, JetBlue 206.
American 748, Heavy, Boston Center. Good evening.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, when you're ready to begin your descent and maintain flight level 200.
Descent to maintain flight level 200, Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu. TBM 142, Charlie Papa Boston Center, contact Portland approach on 132.4 when you're ready. Portland approach 132.4, TBM 2 Charlie Papa. Air 412, contact Boston Center on 128.2. 128.2, Air 412.
134.905, Speedbird 178.
Speedbird 178, contact Boston Center on 134.905.
Alright, Amanda, I will take over the comms from here. You've done a great job.
Okay, Captain, comms are all yours.
I'm the captain now.
Air Canada 168, contact Moncton Center on 135.2.
Air Canada 168, contacting Moncton Center on 135.2. Air Canada 168, Moncton Center, hello, maintaining 350 en route to Halifax.
Air Canada 168, Moncton Center, identified. Good evening. Shamrock 100, can you please expedite your climb to flight level 370?
Requesting flight level 350.
Shamrock 100, descend flight level 350.
Request of flight level 400. Hotel Romeo, vision at 50 and 18000 altitude, and with your flight goal.
Victor Echo 1 Papa Hotel Romeo, Moncton Center, roger. Victor Echo 1 Papa Hotel Romeo, Moncton Center. You're leaving the Bravo airspace. Remain outside the Bravo.
Roger. Leaving the Bravo airspace and to remain outside the Bravo. Victor Echo 1 Papa Hotel Romeo. Continuing on our VFR flight.
We are on VNAV for this flight. Hopefully the ILS will work. I'm going to do my best not to touch the controls until we have wheels on the runway. We will see.
Virgin 58 November, had the flight number 370 with it. Virgin 58 November, Mountain Center identified. Good evening.
We are currently passing over Digby. I have to look down at the map. That's actually called the Digby Neck. Actually quite a scenic area, great for whale watching if you're ever down this way.
Hello, Austrian 902 Heavy.
Mountain Center identified. Good evening. Echo 1 Papa Hotel Romeo, Moncton Center. Good evening. Greenfield QNH 29901.
Greenfield QNH 29901. Roger. Papa Hotel Romeo.
Papa Hotel Romeo, Yarmouth Airport at your 2 o'clock 15 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Have a good evening.
Roger, Yarmouth Airport at 12 o'clock, 15 miles. We're changing to advisory frequency as approved. Radar services are terminated and we will squawk VFR. Good night and have a great day.
And to the left here, you'll see all these lights. This is what we call the #1 highway. And you can see it runs all the way along through what they call the valley. Annapolis Valley, to be specific. Also, once a year, they have an event called the Apple Blossom Festival.
Air Canada 168 Moncton Center, descend via Peggy 5 into Halifax.
Air Canada 168 descending via the Peggy 5 descent into Halifax.
Moncton Center, Victor 1, Papa Hotel Romeo, Vision Jet 5 here with you at 17500. Altitude on our VFR flight plan to Kilo, Bravo, Juliet, Delta.
Air Canada 168, descend via Peggy 5, arrival into Halifax, runway 23, altimeter 29.83.
Air Canada 168, altimeter 29.83.
Air Canada 168, negative, descend via Peggy 5. Arrival into Halifax,
Ladies
runway
and gentlemen,
23.
we have begun our approach to Halifax.
I need you to
Kindly
read
ask
back the
everyone to
descent
return
and
to your
runway
seats,
assignment.
stow your tables and fasten your seatbelts. Please note that the use of the lavatories is no longer permitted at this time. Thank you for your cooperation.
American 142 with you, flight level 390.
American 142, Moncton Center identified. Good evening.
Air Canada 168, contact Halifax approach on 118.7.
Air Canada 168, contacting Halifax approach 118.7. Goodbye. Halifax approach, Air Canada 168, descending through 14,800 feet en route to Halifax.
Air Canada 168, Halifax approach. Identified. Good evening, Halifax. Altimeter 29.83. Expect the ILS runway 23 approach into Halifax via OTVUV. Climbs at 485. Contact Halifax Tower on 118.4.
118.4, grounds at 45 feet. Good day.
Clearance. Stand by.
You'll notice all this fog in the horizon here. It may be fog. It's also entirely possible it's from the forest fire that we just had break out yesterday.
Air Canada 670, good night.
Flight level 200, direct counter, Air Canada 618.
Thankfully, we're set up for the ILS approach.
618, climb flight level 310.
And if you look to the left, you'll see Windsor, the birthplace of hockey.
Air Canada 664, contact Greenwood approach on 120.6.
Halifax approach, Air Canada 664. Again, you are in error. Our destination is Halifax.
And
you gotta get your act
as for
together.
the procedure, we're crossing below 10,000
Air Canada
feet.
664, roger, destination Halifax is confirmed, continue as filed. Air Canada 664,
Captain,
contact
cabin is ready.
Halifax Tower on 118.4.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now starting our final approach into Halifax. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. We kindly ask you to put your tray tables away, return your seats to their full upright position, and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. We will be arriving at gate 27. Thank you for your cooperation.
1590. Halifax Tower 118.4, route 1590. See ya. Pressure Canada 611, climbing 2000 for 4000.
Air Canada 611, Halifax departure, radar contact, cleared direct Keno, climb flight level 200.
Air Canada 168 on approach, requesting clearance for approach on runway 23.
You are in error, Air Canada 118. We are going to Halifax.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by. Air Canada 168, cleared for the ILS runway 23 approach at Halifax via OTVUV. Air Canada 168, speed 250 knots.
Air Canada 168, speed 250.
Halifax departure, WestJet X75, we're climbing out to 4,000.
WestJet X-ray 75, Halifax departure, radar contact. Cleared direct Kelno, climb flight level 210.
Direct Calno climbing to flight level 210, WestJet X75.
WestJet X-ray 75, climb flight level 260.
Air Canada 168, verify your squawking 7221, mode C.
Cessna 6 Oscar Zulu, contact Halifax Tower on 118.4.
Roger, 118.4, Cessna 6 Oscar Zulu.
Air Canada 168, squawking 7221, mode C.
Contact Mounting Center at 135.3.
Air Canada 168, negative, squawk, code 7221, is not assigned. Maintain current squawk. Air Canada 168, radar contact. 9 miles north of Halifax at 4400 feet. Halifax altimeter 29.88, cleared direct log PO.
Switching to Halifax Tower 118.4, Air Canada 66400. Halifax departure, Air Canada 667 with you, crossing 2,500 feet for 4,000. Good afternoon. Air Canada 667,
They told me to change my
Halifax
squawk
departure,
code.
radar
I'm
contact.
just going to leave it
Cleared
what they
direct
told me
Kelno,
to switch
climb
it
flight level
to.
200.
Like I say, it's not perfect. This is why I'm getting ready to do VAT soon. It's a lot better.
Proceed directly roads, descend altitude 3,000 until established on localizer. Cleared for ILS 23 approach. Peak below 200 knots until established.
Not sure what's going on with my
Air
flaps
Canada
tonight, but they don't want to stay for some reason.
Switching to Halifax Tower on 118.4, Air Canada 11. Air Canada 611, climb flight level 290.
This could be a problem.
WestJet X75.
Air Canada 168, contact Halifax Tower on 118.4.
Air Canada 168, contacting Halifax Tower 118.4. Halifax Tower, Air Canada 168 on final approach, runway ILS 23. I don't know what's going on with these
Air Canada
flags.
168, Halifax Tower, winds 2008, runway 23, cleared to land.
Air Canada 168, clear to land 23.
Papa Hotel
2500.
You're leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
On the phone, we're landing on runway 22.
Papa Hotel Romeo, contact departure.
Contact departure. Victor 1, Papa Hotel Romeo.
Welcome to Halifax. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Roger, we will switch 121.9er once clear of runway.
Flaps seem to be holding right now.
Contact departure on 118.7.
66.
Delta 860, contact departure.
Contact departure for Delta 860.
Is midfield downwind for touch and go runway 32.
Delta 250, runway 32, cleared for touch and go.
Clear touch and go 250.
100.
250 downwind for runway 32.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Good touchdown on Autopilot.
Provincial 101 report midfield each pass.
First takeoff from Collier midfield each time, Provincial 101.
Provincial 101 cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Provincial 101.
Air Canada 168, welcome to Halifax. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Air Canada 168, contacting ground to 121.9er.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Halifax. We hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. Did you know that Halifax is home to the largest natural harbour in the world? It's also known for its rich maritime history and vibrant culture. Thank you for flying with Air Canada, and please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of Captain Christopher W., First Officer Amanda, and the entire crew, we wish you a wonderful stay here in Halifax. The local time is 11:01 p.m. If you have any upcoming connections, please listen closely. Flight AC 123 to Toronto departs at 11:45 p.m. from Gate 5, and Flight AC 456 to Montreal departs at 11:30 p.m. from Gate 7. Thank you.
Flair 651, taxi to runway 2.
Air Canada 168 requesting taxi instructions to Gate 27.
Air Canada 168, taxi to gate 27 via Alpha. Have a good day.
Air Canada 168, taxi to Gate 27 via Alpha.
Requesting IFR clearance to LaGuardia. Air Canada 7 requesting IFR clearance to LaGuardia.
Ground, Air Canada 669, gate 20 is ready for push and start.
Air Canada 669 at Halifax ground, push and start approved. Face south.
Start approved, face south, Air Canada 669.
Halifax ground, Canadian, 426 looking for taxi, runway 23.
Provincial 101 Halifax ground, then continue taxi via Lima. Contact tower on 118.4 when ready.
Taxi via Lima, 18.4 when ready. Provincial 101. Halifax ground, Provincial 101, say after runway.
Flair 651, contact tower on 118.4.
Over to tower, Flair 651.
Delta Alpha to gate 12, Speedbird 681, thank you.
Speedbird 681, Halifax ground, taxi to gate 18 via Delta Alpha. Have a good evening.
Ground Air Canada 618 is at gate 20, requesting pushback and startup.
Air Canada 618, pushback and startup approved. Face south.
Canada 168 requesting passenger ramp.
Switching 118.4 Alpha Uniform.
Halifax ground, good evening, Speedbird 681. Would like to have taxi direction to gate 18. Sorry, gate 12 for Speedbird 681.
Alrighty, well, there you have it. Successful flight from Laguardia to Halifax. Had a few technical issues. I think they had to do with my mic controls and flaps, so I'll look into that. But yeah, thanks for watching.